Hello and welcome to an RPG maker I have made myself. It's called WorldSeed, and it allows for the creation of a variety of different RPG styles. Right now, it's limited to action RPGs, but that will be expanded on. So let's start with the reference manual and boot up a reference game. Start with the example games, and here. This here is a dialogue event that allows for dialogue. I'll explain how it works in the editor, but it's from here that you would assign conversations between different characters that you would have spawned into a scene. You can have the characters be on the same map or on different maps. It doesn't matter. The interaction works on a global basis. I have to fix the stat progression on it. I think I did that on my version in the Unity editor, but I have yet to add that to here. Basic transition between maps is handled through a story map grid. You assign maps to create to that grid, and the behind the scenes functioning will detect what grid you're on and allow you to transition to the next grid by moving to the edge of the map if you have access to it. Let's switch over to the RPG Maker. Now, under the RPG Maker, we have File, Texture Atlas, Texture Editor, Map Editor, Storyline Editor, Character Editor, WorldSeed Manager, and Load Save External Project. Let us start with the Texture Atlas. A Texture Atlas is the backbone of the mapping system. This editor allows you to edit a Texture Atlas. You can select the texture tile you want to edit from using Alt and mouse button. If you want to set a tile to the atlas, you just press the left mouse button. After you set it to a paint texture, you have to actually set it to be defined as something you want to paint to it, and then you can paint it onto it. Switching modes to materials allows for the assigning of these tiles to a material. Materials have multiple properties, and one of them is tile group. Tile group enables the use of multiple tiles per material, as in you can make stuff like pathways, roofs, like this here, or just about anything else you can imagine. An option will be added in soon to mix tile sets, tile groups together, so that you could have this center tile combined with a completely different border. You could put this center tile in the middle of the roof tiles if you assign them to combine together, and they'll mix, allowing for roof bordered path tiles. The texture editor, well, yeah, I've already showed you how you can swap this. The texture editor can be accessed directly from here. From here, you can do a variety of things to the texture, such as paint pixels to it, flip it vertically, flip it horizontally, and the rotate texture option is yet to be implemented. I get sidetracked. The fill tool allows you to replace every color that's linked together of the same type. So if I pressed here with blue, it will replace all this red with blue. So see, I don't have to worry about affecting my tile set, because see, it doesn't actually affect the tile that I selected. It doesn't use an index selection system. It creates a copy of that texture, so you don't have to ever worry about accidentally editing your atlas without wanting to. Using the rectangle tool allows for the selection of fragments. A fragment is a part of a tile that is typically 1/4 the size. So 1/4 the size, or half the width, half the width and half the height. So This allows me to select 1/4 of it and then save it as a fragment. Like right here, I have several fragments available. As I was saying, you can use fragment mode to paint a portion of another tile onto the currently active tile, like this. So let me see here. Yeah. Like that, then flip horizontal. And flip vertical. That wouldn't be exactly how I do it. I'd use two lower sections, such as this. Lower corner, like this, to produce. I am very clumsy. Anyway, there's the line tool for painting lines of pixels, as well as the palette, which I failed to mention previously. It's pretty. You can make tiles pretty quickly in this. Let's go to the texture atlas. Yeah, right here, the atlas, and I can easily paint this onto it by doing this. Well, no, I have to swap. Just checking to make sure I was actually recording. I've done that before. I've forgotten to record. I can create a new material, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll just call this new path center. Oh yeah. In this mode, I can't paint to the texture. I can only assign IDs to now under the map editor, we have our maps. These are the two maps I have so far in my game. You've seen them in the preview game. Just a simple little path that you spawn on. And the part of town map, which is it shows an incomplete building, as you clearly see. You can select what layer you want to edit on, want to paint to, or add an extra layer. By default, there's 4: a background layer, a main layer, a foreground layer, and a foreground 2 layer for putting things on top of the foreground 1 layer. Combined together, this is your entire map. The layering system allows the character to walk behind assets. So if in this situation, you can walk behind this section of roof. So let's go ahead and select our material, which is already selected. So you sort of see it actually shows you what you're painting with. Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't work in line mode and stuff. Doesn't work in the map editor yet. I haven't gotten around to implementing it. Sorry. As you clearly see, this doesn't tile because it's not a tile group. Right-clicking will remove the tile from the map. There isn't much to the map editor other than just the layering and the painting. That's all there is to it. This is where you create the physical layout of your map and define its look. That's all there is to it. It just defines its look. There's nothing else here aside from this. That's all. Very simple, very basic, nothing much to it. Doesn't need to be much. Let's go back to the texture atlas and set this to texture group. Now we have this as the center tile. Anyway, I have more work to do on the storyline editor before I can show it, do a tutorial on it. So I'll see you in the next video in about a week or so, maybe 2.